democratic institutions and surviving a series of military coup d'etat attempts to hand over power to her elected successor. The uprising began in 1983 when Mrs. Aquino's husband, opposition leader Senator Benigno Aquino Jr., shrugged off death threats and returned from exile in Boston to join a growing movement against Mr. Marcos, then the president, under whom the country had fallen into a quagmire of corruption and poverty. Mr. Aquino died in a hail of bullets as soon as he stepped off his plane at Manila's International Airport in circumstances that have never been fully explained. Some 2.5 million Filipinos escorted Mr. Aquino's body to the cemetery where he was buried in a startling show of popular resentment. Mourners further showed their support for Mr. Aquino and the opposition's cause by tying yellow ribbons on anything that they could find. That's why you see a lot of us wearing something yellow. The swelling opposition movement still needed a uniting figure to push for lasting political change. The person was the unassuming Mrs. Aquino, now a widowed mother of 5 children. After Mr. Marcos was pressured into calling local elections, both Mr. Marcos and Mrs. Aquino claimed to win the vote, which was followed by widespread allegations of fraud, prompting some military leaders, especially then General Fidel V. Ramos, to revolt against the dictator. Defections within the armed forces accelerated, and millions of Filipinos took to the streets. Mr. Marcos fled the country, and Mrs. Aquino was sworn as president on February 25th. Mrs. Aquino rebuilt the democratic institutions that had been emasculated under Mr. Marcos. She stepped down in 1992 after free elections elevated her successor, Fidel V. Ramos, to the presidency and departed his inauguration in